98.1 WHPR, Highland Park.
Detroit Radio.
Welcome back to the best podcast you're going to hear this week, Toolin and Foolin. I am LSX Rocket, a.k.a. Myron.
I'm CJ 71 Cutlass.
Oh, that's what your name is in my phone.
Well, CJ Cutlass. You're Myron Blue Cutlass.
Jesus Christ. And we have a special guest. We have a return guest, Anika. And we have another guest, Brittany, from her podcast. Tell them what your podcast
Sippin'
is.
Tea with JB. Just getting started, so check it out.
What is it about?
A little bit of everything. I'm just talking about life, saying the things that people don't say, and
Don't say you're afraid to say.
afraid.
Okay.
Afraid.
I'll be that. I like to open it up and say the things that others won't say to give them the opportunity to like come out and feel comfortable to be like.
Give us an
yeah.
example. Like what? Say something now you think that somebody
I
won't
can
say.
give you some. I can give
All
you.
right,
She need
go.
to give- No, she needs to give us an example. It's her podcast.
But I just, okay.
Well,
You caught her off guard. So anyway,
I mean,
you
yeah,
think
what?
about it.
Give
I'm
me-
going to tell you what I
to
got.
Ask me something. I mean, I'm just.
So
Open.
what drew me into your podcast was the first episode you talked about the Facebook dating group. Are we dating the same man?
Yes, it is like. I mean, it was at first I was like, oh, yay,
It's
and then I was
not-
like, this is not okay.
No.
It's
This
not.
is not. No, it's like
How can you
people are on
believe
dating
somebody?
sites, and then they're like slapping a picture like, do you have tea on Jim? Tell me about Jim. And it's like everybody's got. You haven't even met him first. You're just walking in, already angry because all these people are like, oh yeah, I dated him. Of course, if you're dating.
Have you never heard of it, CJ?
What, the Facebook?
So there's a Facebook
It's a
group.
secret.
It's a
You're
secret
not
group.
supposed to.
Yeah.
So nobody.
I'm probably
No,
gonna get-
guys.
I'm gonna get in trouble now.
Oh, you'll be fine. I
No,
think.
you're
But-
banned, are you?
Well,
I mean,
the
I'm
whole
alright.
group needs to
So
be
it's a
banned.
secret.
It's
It's
yeah.
a secret
it's a
society of women, which I'm all about. like,
Man
women's-
bashing 101.
I'm all about women supporting women, but it's like you're out here dating, which is dating. So you're
Right.
going through multiple. You're going on dates.
Yeah.
This isn't working. I'm going. So of course,
Somebody's gonna
if
start
you
looking
put
around.
you post a picture of somebody like I haven't met them yet. Tell me all about them.
Oh, so they're putting pictures
Right.
of the guy and say,
And
give me
it's
your
like
feedback
you're-
on
So
this
then
guy.
you're
Yes.
walking in with an attitude, like you
Oh,
already know
based
him.
off her experience with him.
Right. Or her
That's
and
what
her
it
and
is?
her. So
Yes.
it's just.
It's insane. It doesn't
never
make
seen
sense that. Of course you haven't seen it. You're not allowed to be in it. We're
No,
guys.
no boys.
Oh, it's
allowed.
only women.
It's only women.
Oh.
Are we? I mean, are
There's all different-
homosexual men allowed in?
I don't believe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You're gonna get me like.
Yeah,
I feel like this is a
we
secret.
probably shouldn't-
I shouldn't even say.
It's
nothing,
out
but
there.
it's-
So if you've been ghosted lately, she might have looked
put
you
a bad
up.
taste on your name.
Somebody might have said something. But I don't understand why you would believe somebody that you don't know. You know.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're asking before even making their own judgment.
Yeah.
They're like, can
Tell
all
me
you
all
people
the-
I
Maybe they
don't
just want a
know
heads up.
tell me
So I'm
about
like,
this
Mike,
guy?
You know this girl. What you
But
think about her?
you know,
actually-
guys don't listen. We don't listen to each
But it's
other.
like
wanna do it.
strangers. It's not even anybody
Yeah,
you know.
It's not people you know.
that's kinda-
And it
It's
can be
a-
anonymous. Like
It's-
somebody can just say
yes,
stuff
yep.
and you never even
It
know
sounds
where
like
it
you've been
came
on it. How
from.
do you know all the information?
I mean, I know a lot of people that are on it actually. So that's how I knew about it. So when I heard her podcast and she talked about it, boom.
But you know, that is really sad though that's something like that out there like that has to exist. There's a reason why it exists because a lot of people, men and women, I'm not gonna discriminate, have been hurt or mistreated, and they feel like they want to share information. I feel kind of mixed
Well,
emotions about it.
Exactly. When I first, I was like, yeah. Yes, like
Right.
we're taking them down, like no cheaters, you know. And then I was like, well, this poor guy, you know.
Is
I mean,
it-
it's a
Because there's always two sides to a story.
right. So I was like into it, and then I was like,
And the guy never gets to tell his side of the story.
Yeah, and so that's
Because
why
it's a
I don't
secret. It's real. It's
because
yeah.
you don't know what actually transpired in that relationship. So I wouldn't take part in that because I just don't feel like it's fair. I don't feel like it's fair.
She could have been mad that he didn't want to go on more dates, and then she said something negative about him. Now
Yes.
another person has something negative about him.
Right. Your red flag is not my red flag, right?
Right.
Everybody's red flags are different.
Right.
And they ask
So-
that too. Red flag. Anybody a red flag or T on this person?
Yeah.
Of course, everybody's gonna.
But it's different for everybody. What's a red flag for
Yeah.
you may not be a red flag for me.
That's
so
true.
I just think it's not fair to have that kind of forum because again, it's two sides to a story, and some people may perform better in other relationships.
Exactly.
And so
That's why people are dating. You're looking for the best person that fits you, right?
yeah, you
To
may
bring the
not-
best out of you.
Right.
So maybe she wasn't the best for him, or he didn't
Vice
see something
versa.
he liked or whatever.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And nobody's gonna admit to what they did
Yeah.
wrong. Oh,
Yeah.
no accountability. Come on now.
Yeah.
Is that even a thing?
Yeah.
Should be.
It should be. Wouldn't it be nice if people just kind of took responsibility for their
Actions and I don't know.
That has to be instilled
honesty and
in,
just I don't get
like,
it. I don't get it.
Young, to take accountabilitability. Like that's
Once you
something
get a
that
certain age, it's out the
yeah,
window.
it's out the window. Like nope, I'm always right. Everybody knows somebody. I'm always right. It doesn't matter. Nope. And if you don't like it, I move on. I've seen several people have 30 different best friends in 1 year. How do you have another best friend? Like every couple months, somebody new.
people don't know how to problem solve. It's just like it's so much easier to just give up
Yeah.
instead of addressing like what the real issues are. So it's easier
Yeah.
to move on to someone else, and you have that new and exciting feeling of butterflies. I think people are always looking for butterflies.
But
It
then don't
always
you think
goes away.
The
It
process is going to
always
keep
goes
repeating
away.
itself. If you're not addressing the issue, you just keep, okay, I'm with you. I didn't like this, now I'm with you. But I never figured out what the problem was. It could have been me or her.
Absolutely.
Now we're
Exactly.
just going to be
The
ongoing.
cycle, yeah, of just getting it's like serial dating,
Yeah.
We call it bar hopping, dating
Yeah.
hopping, and that's what it ends up being.
Most people-
it's rough out there.
Most people are addicted to the endorphins and the serotonin being released from dating new people. Like
The
most people,
chase.
and they don't even realize that you're addicted to that.
The meeting, the new quirky
Yeah.
feeling and all of this and that.
And not to mention, like, that's all you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be really good at dating, like, first dates. You could be amazing at first date. You're terrible at relationships,
But
You're a
you know
good
what?
dater. You're a
Yeah.
good first
That,
dater.
that's a good point, but I think it's more for men. Women have this bonding chemical called oxytocin, and so when we get in a relationship and a man is treating us real good, we bond a lot quicker. It doesn't mean that you guys don't have it; you just have less of it. And so when the first 3 months when you guys are treating us all good, you're super nice,
Yeah.
and then we're bonding with you, calling us, hey babe, hey beautiful, you're doing all these
Right.
wonderful things. So we're bonding with you, and it's called oxytocin, and it's a bonding chemical. And so when you just ghost us and just leave us, and we've bonded with you, it takes a long time to kind of disconnect from that relationship because we have formed a bond.
I
So-
call it peacocking. Don't peacock me with your pretty feathers.
Oh.
And then be somebody else, okay? Don't peacock me.
That's good.
Hate that.
Peacock.
I have peacock feathers in my kitchen. I'm not even getting like, don't peacock me. I painted them, put them in my kitchen. I was like, y'all see that? Don't.
That's
Don't do me like that,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, man.
Myra, did you want to
Oh.
topic? Because it kind of
Okay, so
segue into it.
would you want to talk about the lady asking how to date, or
No,
do we
would
want
you-
to?
would you
Would I
date
date
yourself?
myself?
Would you date you?
All right.
The question is, would you date yourself?
Would you date yourself? So for me, I thought about it because you asked me a while ago. Yeah, I would date me. I don't know how long I would date me, but I would date me for sure. I'm fun.
But
That's
so,
it?
Yeah, I'm a good time.
That's all.
That's it.
That's it.
So
all
after
you
the fun is over, it's just,
Why? What do you need more? Like, we'll have more fun later.
Cause it's fun on top of fun.
Just loads of fun.
But what's the substance to you? Like, what's the when you
Fun.
think about
Fun
So
is-
you are just looking for a woman that is just fun.
No, I mean, I try to live a very stress-free life. Like, everybody knows that about me. Like, I'll solve a problem immediately just because I want to get back to the fun stuff. But other people don't work as fast as I do.
So are you actually solving it, or are you patching the problem up just to move past it to get to something fun?
I mean, a good patching ain't nothing wrong. I didn't patch tires. All 4 of my tires on my car got patches.
That's why they got to slow leak it. When it leaks air, you got to keep putting air in them.
Man, the TPS sensor don't work or nothing.
No, but so really, you would date you. Why? It is so much more to you. There's so many more dimensions to you than fun.
I think
Why
I
would
do.
you
I
date
do
yourself?
actually have depth.
Yeah.
It just takes a moment to get. It doesn't even take that long. I come out, and I'm me. But I don't know, CJ. What would you?
No.
What do you mean?
date the
CJ
long
needs to
term?
answer.
No, but would you date you since you're
Would I
talking
date me
short-
long term?
Yeah.
I mean, I done been with me this long.
Would you even marry yourself?
Would I marry me?
Yeah, let's go.
I am married to me. That's why I can't get a real one.
He's spending.
I'm thinking.
gotta step
Let me
outside
think.
yourself.
Let me think. Brittany, you've been married twice. Would you marry yourself?
You know what? Yes, I sure would. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yes, I would.
And why?
Because, and you can like hate on it. Yes, I've
I
been
probably
married
will.
twice, but I took what I learned from that first marriage and then brought it into the second. Like the first marriage, I didn't water my garden. I didn't keep us to like. Once you have kids, you have to make time.
Right.
If you don't make time for each other, you just keep going
Took it
further
down
and further apart. I had fun until I didn't have fun, then I had to go. And
fun
but
ran
we
out.
co-parent. We're friends. We were best friends growing up, and
Okay.
and then we got married, had a child.
Oh,
And,
that sucks.
But then we were young, and I didn't know. You know
So
what
do
I
you
mean?
think so since you met at an early age, do you think as you grew up, your views and the way you felt changed?
Yeah, we kind of. Well, I think because we didn't make it a point to grow together, we grew apart.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You have to make an effort, yeah.
So,
and people
and
forget
we didn't
that.
know, and I didn't know that. So now I brought that. I carrying that into this relationship.
Well, I think it's different in your new relationship with the new husband because you're not the young person you were when you met this guy.
Right.
And the things you did or said, or if you cheated or didn't cheat, or said hi to this guy when you shouldn't have, you might not do now at the age you are now versus back then.
Right.
So
Like
it may be a different.
No, I definitely am doing it different this time, but it's still hard. It's hard. Relationships are hard. It's work every day. It's
But
a
you
choice.
know what, Brittany? I disagree with that.
Really?
When people say that relationships are hard, I'm saying, like, what's hard about it? I think what ends up happening is 90% of what people go through in life is about their past. So when I do couples counseling,
That's true.
I tell people 90% of what you go through in your relationship is about your past. Only 10% is about the here and now. So if your 90% is you didn't seen abuse, you didn't seen poor communication, you didn't seen dysfunction all across the board, that spills over into your relationship. And if you are not mindful of that, it spills over, then you have a bad relationship. Because I don't think it's hard. I think what's hard is that if people are not taking an internal look at themselves and making the necessary changes to be good for somebody else to be in a
They
marriage.
bring that old baggage to do something.
But then
Emotional
you both have to
You
do
both,
that.
Brittany,
That's
yes.
the trick right there.
So
that's where it can get
what
hard.
makes it bad.
Right.
That's what makes it bad and hard. I've been married, it'll be 19 years, September 19th.
That's awesome.
And I cannot say that it's hard.
That's beautiful.
It can be, you know, I mean, I like him sometimes, but I won't say
Sometimes.
that.
I like
Yeah, I mean, I
sometimes.
like him sometimes.
Right.
And other times you don't.
I think that's
like him.
healthy. I've told
Yeah.
people that, like, sometimes I don't want to be around you. Sometimes I just need me, you know, like, give
And
me a
that's
chance
okay.
and come back. Yeah. But people don't like that.
So when you're married,
People
you
feel
s-
rejected.
When you're married and say you need time for you and just come back, so you want to leave the house or you're going to go leave and
No,
go
I'm just gonna go to the garage or to the basement. You know,
For a few hours or-
I just don't. You know, I just need some time to unwind. Everybody needs that.
But I think you need a little more time than anybody. That's why you got married.
I'm trying hard.
He just want to
How
have
you
fun.
define trying? Byron Davis.
I come home from work every day. I used to never come home to work.
Who you come home to?
Wow.
Right.
So CJ, you want to talk?
If you come
you
home
want
from
to
work
talk
and,
about?
and you just having fun, you have a girl.
Oh, I come home to different cars. I just go in the garage. That's what I do.
No, but really people need to tap into their 90% because it really tells a story about who you are. I remember, let me just say a real quick story. When I married my husband, I was a person who did not forgive people easily. I could hold a mean grudge. And
We didn't
so-
talk for years.
Yeah. Let's not bring up
Did y'all ever hug me, by the way? I actually
No, we
Jesus
didn't,
Christ,
CJ.
bye.
We didn't hug.
I need the hug.
Yeah, I
Go
can
ahead.
hold a mean grudge.
I'm
So
a
it's
good
just
hug.
like, and I was taught that, not directly, but indirectly, when you see people moving around in your household, not talking because they mad at each other, you can do that. I remember my husband said to me, probably 2 years into us being married, he said, you are so unforgiving. And I'm like, what? Now, I could have took that and been like, you know what you're talking about, but your partner should be able to influence you. Your partner
Right.
should be able to say something to you, and you
Right.
be influenced by it. So I had to take a look at myself. I'm like, you know what, I am. So that was my 90% that I had to, if I'm not a forgiving person, that spills over into my relationship, we can't survive.
What made you hold the grudge so long? You just felt like they should never did what they did, so now you're going to be
I'm
the way
trying
you
to
are?
see I can't even remember what he did. Because it couldn't have been anything big. Because I was, in my dating relationships, it was one strike, you were out. I was
One
not-
strike.
It was
Dang.
one strike.
Ain't no two.
It was no
So
two.
if you did anything you didn't like, it was over.
It was done. And I remember dating, someone said to me, you don't fight for relationships. But again, if you have parents who divorced and people around you divorcing, I used to think divorce was hereditary. I thought that I was going to get married and divorced at least one time. I thought that was just the way, the cycle of life. But that's not it. It's not.
Right.
Be married to my till death do us part. So that's the commitment.
I want to tap onto that part. Go back to that one strike you out thing. Why was that? It was just,
I just
something
had-
you thought you were just.
I just had a zero time. I didn't see any couples make it work. I saw no one make it to the finish line. So
Right.
when me and my husband started dating, I was the runner. I was the person who ran because he was the one who was like, let's stick together. Just because we have an argument, don't mean you gotta leave. I'd be like, we're breaking up.
Argument.
You'd be like,
Sheesh.
you'd be like, why are you leaving? I'm like, we just had an argument, and I don't like it. And you don't like that feeling. Your body gives you feedback, and when your body starts talking to you and you uncomfortable and you don't like that feeling, you don't want to keep revisiting that.
So you couldn't just go for a ride and cool off and come back?
I
Or?
wasn't skilled at it. I wasn't skilled at it. Back then, I would not have, at 22, 23, 24, I would not have married me.
Would you say you didn't have the
I
tools?
did not have the tools.
I just had to say the word.
I mean,
That was it.
I mean, I don't understand it, but
So CJ, would you date yourself?
You would date yourself?
absolutely.
Why? Why?
Why?
Cause I'm
Terrible.
Just a great time to be around. I'm just a good person overall. Like, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna tap into, just all kind of different things. I'm not just fun, Myron, like you. I'm just.
That's all you said is fun.
No, we're gonna do. It's just
What are we gonna
be
do?
all-
You're
Let's
gonna go
take
to
away the word
church?
fun for
Loving-
both of you. Tell
That's
us why
all
you
guys
would date.
know.
Let's take away fun.
Loving, caring, understanding. I understand. I won't just give you one strike, you're out. I understand people do make mistakes, and sometimes you
What
may-
kind of mistakes are you allowing?
It's slim, buddy. It's slim, buddy. I'll tell you that right now.
It's slim.
It's slim. It's not.
Man.
It's not. This is.
What if you picking somebody up on a date and she like 30 minutes late?
I mean, my time is. I'll say something about it. I'll make note of it.
Man.
But I'm not gonna say, "Oh, you took 30 minutes. I'm pulling off," because life happened. They got caught at a train, anything. I'm not gonna just run off and say.
Well, that's not
"It's
very
over."
fun of you.
Oh,
I see
yeah.
over there 30 minutes.
So if
Now,
they
I-
think it's like you're leaving-
I was thinking about the times that I've went to the movies and I missed the previews, and I'd be like, I'm
What
not
about the
doing this.
previews anyway?
I love the previews
I
of
do
the
too.
movies.
I will agree
What?
with
Like,
you. I
yeah,
love the
I got to
previews.
get there early.
It's all
No.
the best
No.
ones. It
Yeah.
is.
It's
truly.
all
All
the
them
best
stupid local
because they show the best parts of those movies, so you're missing a lot if you think about it. Like the movie
with
could be
it.
terrible, but the previews,
are great.
yeah, the previews are always going to be
Never
great.
wanted to tap into previews.
I love them.
I think you should give it a try.
You should try it.
I-
Try to make it on time.
No,
You got
I'm not.
time to eat a whole bag of popcorn, then go refill before the movie starts.
It's,
No, I really
jeez.
want to know the substance to why you would date yourself. And Myron, you haven't given substance.
I said loving, caring. I think I'm compassionate.
Okay.
That was my word.
No, don't try to piggyback now. They actually.
I gotta
first.
come up with another
Are you
vocabulary
patient,
word.
CJ?
I think I'm patient.
Okay.
I think I'm
Are you a
patient.
good listener?
Sometimes, if it makes sense. If it don't make sense, I'm not listening.
But that's the thing. How are you going to judge what makes sense?
Because
can-
if it
how
just
do you
don't
know?
make sense to me, it just don't make sense.
If it
Like
do-
if I tell you,
Nope. It's about to be bad.
it's
about to be bad.
Don't make sense. It just don't make
You
sense.
could try to understand.
You can try, but if it still just don't add up, it don't add up.
See, he sounds very.
Fun.
Right.
No, I said if it makes sense, I'll listen. But if it don't, you can't say, example.
Well, somebody let's say, when you decide to get married one day and your wife comes home, she has a problem and she wants to talk about
Oh
it.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you
I thought you meant like listening to like, I didn't answer my phone because it was a car accident and I had to stand outside in direct
No.
traffic. Like something crazy like that I'm not
No,
listening to.
no.
But if it's a
Oh.
problem what you're dealing with, then yeah, I'll
or
listen
if
to
it's a
that.
problem between the
Yeah. But
Yeah.
we're not gonna scream and holler. That's when I'm not listening.
I know.
I'm
Exactly.
leaving. I'm not screaming and
You
hollering.
leaving, CJ?
I'll go outside, come back in once you cool down.
Are you
not
gonna
gonna
tell her
Are you
that's
gonna
what you're doing
stonewall,
first?
CJ?
I'm
That's
not
what I'm
gonna
about to say.
stonewall.
Are you gonna
Stonewall.
stonewall, CJ?
I'm not gonna get upset with you. I'm like, listen, you upset. I'm not. I'll talk to you in a few. Now you may go even crazier because I'm leaving, but then maybe an hour or two, she come down, you come back, and y'all talk.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
I bet that ain't never happened.
has happened.
So why would you marry you though?
Because I like cars and my mate like cars.
No, I don't.
Why would you marry
I don't think I
somebody?
would want somebody that like cars too as much as me. But then again, I don't know. People match, but we'll still be different. But I would date me or marry me or be with me. I am compassionate and I do listen, and I give great advice. I always look at things from more than one perspective. I don't always just take my own advice, or think about it. Sometimes I'll even say something that doesn't, I'm like, I don't like this, but this is an option, and I have that. I think a lot of people do what makes them comfortable. I'm like, I don't like this, but if this is the way it has to be, it just is, And I'm good at giving that advice, and telling you both sides of it. Like, look, I don't like it either, but sometimes this is it. And being selfless is a big thing. I think a lot of times in relationships, people don't know how to nothing's bigger than themselves in the relationship.
They don't see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
As one, they see it just their self.
Exactly. Like somebody was talking about earlier, they were talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like, oh, Beyonce stayed with Jay-Z. I said, yeah, Beyonce saw a bigger picture. What they're doing is bigger than what Jay-Z ever did in the past. Their future is bigger than him. Oh, he messed with some girl. Most people can't do that. Okay, this is bigger. Us building a future, us building a legacy, it's bigger than whatever went wrong. And we can get over it. We can get past it.
They don't have to. They don't have a right to still be mad or upset about that because of
That's
the
true.
I mean, no, trust is always, once you lost somebody's trust or trust is gone, it's built back in droplets. It takes time. So you got to be patient. You got to mean it when you say you're sorry and you want to work through it. You got to mean those words.
I think it's more than words. Change behavior shows the best sorry. You can tell me all day that you're sorry, but if you haven't implemented any actions to prove that,
yeah,
that's
words. Easy to say. But some days you're gonna come home or whatever. She might have relived. She might have had a dream, and now you like, oh, we gotta go through this again. That's when I'd be like, I'm out. All right, I can't do it.
Would you
more.
date yourself?
I would. Well, all right, let me say I definitely would, but I am still I'm a work in progress because I have my own issues, but taking a time out, I've given myself a 2-hour time out. After a fight, I'm like, I gotta get out of here and sit by myself, and I'm like, am I freaking crazy? But I'm just eliminating, because I know I'm a hothead, my husband's a hothead, I'm like, I'm out until we both cool down and I can come back. So I'm still learning, but
retail therapy.
I think I'm loyal. I'm super open to everything. The stranger or weirder it is, I'm like, I'll listen to you. I'll understand.
Right.
You seek understanding. I think the big thing, and I think what all you guys have said, I think is definitely key. But one of the biggest things is just being self-aware. It's just if you don't have self-awareness, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. Because I see my brother more than he sees himself, right? So he sees me more than I see myself. So if I see something in you, and sometimes things can become so normalized that you don't see it. So that's what the beauty of a relationship, that you can see one another and say, when my husband said to me, you can be so unforgiving, that had become so normalized to me, I didn't see it. So because if I didn't see it, I can't change it. You can't acknowledge what you don't change. And so that's the beauty of a relationship. So when people say they don't want to be around people and they don't have relationships, I'm like, how do you sharpen each other if you're not in relationship with one another? Because your husband should be able to influence you and say, Brittany, the other day when you did that, and for you to say, you know what, let me kind of look deep within with that and see what I can do to change.
Well, I think that's kind of where I was coming from when I was like, relationships are hard because you can almost, be on the same page, and then still if one of you is more open to that type of not criticism, but if more open to that feedback and going to take it okay, I'm going to reflect upon myself, while the other person might be pop off and go, get pissed at you. I mean, it can, and then everything else could be great, those little speed bumps.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I wish it could be easy.
Like I said, in my early 20s, late 20s, no, I married my husband when I was 32. So at that point, I still had some work to do, and I still have work to do. But then, yes, because again, I'm like I said, I'm a people pleaser in a way for the people that I love. So I want to get it right. I don't want them to be upset. But again, it has to be someone that's significant in my life.
Right.
But for those people, yeah, I'm all day trying to. I'm a good friend. I mean, I have my skills of being a friend and being a wife. I know what to say and when to do it, and it's genuine. I know how if my husband comes home and he's looking sad, I'm paying attention to his movement. Like, are you okay?
Right.
Are you good? If I'm on the phone and he walks through that door, I call you back. I'm not going to be on the phone when he walks in the door because I want, if he has something to say to me.
We need
I'm
more.
like,
You have.
"Mom,
I
we
was.
need more
I was about to
of
say
you.
you have
We
absolutely
gotta
done,
clone you.
and I'd be like, do you
Put you
do
on
what you gotta
tour.
do? Bye.
free at home.
Bye.
I mean, because
It's
again,
over.
I want to be available for him because I know that's what he needs. I know he needs that.
I think that's key. I told somebody that the other day too. I was like my sister, like me and her on the phone, like her husband is number one, as it should be. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm her brother. Like he comes home, we get off the phone. She go. Hey, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? As you should. It shouldn't be you walking to. Oh, hold on, I'm talking. No.
You be like this.
Hold on one second. No.
Can you
Don't.
imagine doing that to your spouse?
If somebody got something to tell you, or if it's exciting or not, just they want to get it out. You like,
Like
hold on one second.
just a greeting is nice. You know, like
Acknowledgement
acknowledge.
that the person's in the room, walk right past them.
Hold on one second. I'm on the phone talking about nothing.
Loud. Yeah, girl. It'd be loud.
It gotta be something great.
Yeah, so being intentional is important.
So, I don't know what else to ask because I don't have my phone. So, CJ, you got a question?
I think out of us three, I want to take it back to the last
Ooh.
time you said
I
that.
do have a question.
I don't know what tool it was when we were like, "Oh, we'll walk out," and he was like, "Would you walk out or stay in the argument?" And that the other person may feel some way because they don't know if you're coming back, right? But she said she'll walk out and get some air. I said I'll walk out. Myra said he'll walk out. What do you feel about that?
I feel like if you're cooling off, yes, and you're communicating that with your
Right.
spouse, because a lot of times people want you to think I'm leaving. I would
Yeah.
have you wondering where I'm going.
That's
And
it.
That's
it's
not
just
the right way.
That ain't
Yeah.
cool.
That's
that ain't
not the
cool
right-
because just like why play games like that? It's just like I just need to cool off. I'll be back.
Right.
But I don't think people should drop off either.
Why? They think they might be too upset and
You know, because
just
anything
speed
can
off.
happen.
Anything can happen, and
You
then
know,
that
it's
person
just-
worried. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like why have them worried about you? She's upset, he's upset. You know, you go driving somewhere.
Now, would it be wrong if I said I'm leaving to cool off and I go get some ice cream and come back and eat the ice cream in your face? Is that wrong?
God, nuts.
Is that wrong? No,
I'd grab a
serious. I would
spoon and get up in
absolutely.
there. I'd be like,
I would absolutely do
"Give me
that.
some ice
And what if it's like 12 o'clock midnight? It's just like you know.
Where you going? Why
I
you
mean,
leaving?
that's late.
Yeah.
But I'm still. I mean,
I
We should
leave
be
on
asleep.
foot.
I'd be
If I'm
tired.
leaving, I leave on foot.
Just
so you walking around at midnight?
If I have to. But I like to be I like to be out in nature. Like that's peaceful to me. So I'll like get my solitude that way. But also my mother's my neighbor, so I can always pop up into her house, just strut on over there, and I'm like, I'm coming in.
Yeah.
All right. So, who do you all think is poisoned more by social media, women or men?
Both.
More.
I think women are more.
I think women are more.
You think so?
Yeah.
I do.
I think women. Yeah. Oh, tell us why. From a woman's perspective, I don't want to mansplain it.
I just think I mean, it's all just the societal pressure and like it's almost, some of it's like embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like you see it and I'm just like, girl, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
look at me, who can be the most scantily clad, who can be the most, you know, shaking their ass the most, who can do this, outdo each other. It's like this competition and it's like, just just love it, just be you. That's
Right.
that's the special part about you, is just not going with the whole clan. Break away and just be who you genuinely are and find somebody that likes you for you instead of all the glitz and the glam and the pressure from everybody. And then I feel like guys just get to show up.
Yeah, I was about to say, do
They're
you
like,
got? I don't.
They take selfies looking like thumbs and stuff, and they're like, and we're like, ooh, I'm gonna put on all these tricks for him. It's just,
Right.
I don't like it. I don't like it. You know what I'm talking about? That
Do
selfie
you all have the
looking down,
amount of like, you know, like you see the Instagram girls, obviously, right? Like there's always a new Instagram girl. Is there a bunch of Instagram guys? Is there stuff like that for girls to follow?
There's a guy that chops wood that I learned a lot about wood one time.
He's a wood chopper.
I did.
He
He's like
uses
a
an axe?
lumberjack. Yes, and
you
I was.
just find yourself watching.
I just couldn't. I was like, I fell in. I get it. I get where the guys are coming from. Like, it's like dangling a little candy, and I was like, I've been watching this for too long. I gotta. What the hell's going on?
It's crazy that you can pinpoint one. I couldn't pinpoint one Instagram
Well,
girl.
it was the only time. Like, most of the time, I don't know. I'm attracted more to, like, I don't generally just see a guy walking by and I'm like, ooh, I want to talk to him. I get to know somebody and then I'm attracted. Well, I mean, before that.
Okay, that's clear.
I'm saying, yes, let's
Marriage-
clear it up.
But I think you should. I mean, you still have feelings and like things and it's
Right.
something you like. So.
You still have eyes.
Yeah.
It's
I do
not
have
like you're
eyes.
blind.
Yes, I do have eyes, but I would say if
Respectfully.
you put everybody that I've dated in a lineup, you would go,
Just gotta look like this guy.
What was she doing?
like everybody just totally different. Like
All over.
physically totally different. I like the person on the inside, as well as some features, but I don't have like a type.
He can
I
swing
guess.
an axe.
Some
He's great.
external
I don't
features
have
will work
a
too.
like a specific type. So I don't.
So why do you feel like women are the most poisoned by social media?
Because we are emotional beings, and we take a lot of things to heart. We compare ourselves to people, and it's really, I don't hate to use the word dangerous, but it is, for lack of a better term, it's just dangerous for some women who who are searching for an identity.
Right.
And it's just like, if you're searching for an identity and you're trying to piece some things together based on what you see, it's just like.
Ooh. I wonder if women search for identity longer than men do.
I'm not gonna say all women. I didn't mean that.
Not all, but I'm saying some. Like who? Like if you could average it out, like who searches for their identity longer? Because obviously men, we all do it from like childhood, right? The middle school, we're all searching for who we are, for sure. High school, probably still searching. Some people may have it figured out, you know, I don't know who, but some. And then college, and then, you know, throughout the rest of their life. But I feel like women probably have the most adjustments because they adjust to each relationship. Men kind of stay the same, and women adjust.
I wouldn't hope you would stay the same after each relationship. I would hope that you would grow.
Well, I'm saying the essence of, like, you know, like some women take on exactly what their guys are. Like I've seen girls go from, like you just said, the woodchuck guy, right? So I don't- you might start buying suspenders and plaid shirts if you dated him,
Lumberjack,
right?
flannels, oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you might be into that. Right now, you're into t-shirts, and you know, you might be a t-shirt person right now. V-necks are your thing.
Yeah, yep.
So
And matching's your thing, right? With this.
That's blue. And
this is
gray.
a blue shirt.
That's blue and this is
They're
gray.
twinning.
No,
Twinsies.
That's blue. Put it together, man.
This
They
is
can
an
see-
exclusive shirt. He doesn't get this
This is
shirt.
blue and this
He
is
can't
gray.
ever get this shirt. I got this color
Y'all
myself.
20, y'all call each other.
No, we're not 20.
They got
I
a great
believe
And
it.
then you got also.
Yeah. That's right.
And we did not plan this. What
They
happened
like
was in the
almost the same
car,
complexion.
he only gave me one shirt. And I'm like, Myra, you only gave me one shirt. Give me another one. And this is what he bought out.
Yeah, because
You know
he
what?
wants you to-
I gave you a bunch of
So
shirts.
he gave me one white one. And that's,
Oh.
you gave me one that took the rest back.
I don't know. But anyway, so we're still talking about who's poison more. You said you thought men were, didn't you?
I didn't say men. I said both equally.
Oh, equally.
Because a guy might compare himself to this dude, or I don't have this, or I don't have that, and they're trying to compare and contrast and build up to this person or portray to be this person. Anybody can be who they want online. Let's say that first. I know guys who don't even have a car, but if you see them online, you'll think they're the richest guy in the world.
Yeah.
So it's kind of.
Yeah.
I feel like it's both.
Peacocking.
It's
Peacocking.
That's right.
I like that.
It's peacocking.
Oh man.
Because the real you's gonna come out eventually. I don't know why. The
Why
filters and all the
Those people
people are
aren't.
trying to find you're trying to find your identity through other people's reaction to what you're putting out there instead of looking within yourself
Yeah,
and deciding
that's deep.
for yourself.
People do change who
That's
they. Ooh, I got 50 likes on this. I guess this is who I am now. Right?
You
Yeah.
want to base yourself off of other
Like that
people
guy,
you want.
the woodchucking guy. He might have done that just one time, and he was like, "I'm in."
Yeah.
Just
Ladies
work. It
love
works.
it.
It works.
I'm getting all the spenders and
Yeah.
just
Hey,
chopping
I
wood.
got some wood in the backyard right now that needs some chopping.
wood.
Get
I got
you
an
a
axe
flannel.
too.
Yep, there
You
you're
wanna try
ready.
I swear I'm doing it.
You're ready. New
You're gonna
market.
see the picture tomorrow on Instagram.
Would you watch Myron chop wood?
Oh my, she's a married woman. She doesn't need to
Watch
be
the
watching.
wood, man. Why she can't watch you?
I have
And you know it.
eyes.
Oh, all right.
I'll give it a
It
compare.
depends on how you
Let's see.
swing the axe if you're watching.
Yeah.
But let me ask this as a married woman, Brittany. when you are on social media, do you like men's pictures that have big muscles and they're showing off their physique? Do you entertain those type of?
Usually, this is why this caught me by surprise.
Check
This
out him.
wa-
He got muscles. There you go. Yeah, Hunk over there. He got muscles.
No, I usually don't, and honestly, I really don't spend a lot of time scrolling through.
Okay.
But usually for me, that's like a turn. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's all oiled up. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, it's not a thing. Like, I just like real people.
Right.
Let's reverse the question. You being married, do you like guys with muscles or you like the guy that swing necks?
I don't want to
Like
hear
guys with
this.
muscles?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear this from my sister at all.
I like.
Not like, but would you sit there and take
Actually,
a
I
gander
don't.
at the picture? Like, oh, well, wow.
Because even if
He did
I
37
remember a
push-ups.
friend of mine, she sent me a picture, and again, I'm married, and that doesn't mean I can't look, but I thought it was inappropriate to send me a picture of this. Look at this guy's physique. It was something. I just felt like, that's kind of. I would be upset if one of my husband's friends sent him a picture.
But you know they do, right?
No,
They don't?
No.
He can't. So, like, his
I
buddy can't send him.
guarantee you. I guarantee.
Why?
There are guys that don't do that stuff
Yeah.
like us.
So,
I guarantee.
Wait.
You. My husband. If you
can
met
your
my
husband look at a picture of his buddy sending of a girl? Like, oh, check this out.
I mean, I can't control what he does.
Would you be upset if you
but
saw it? Like, look at what he said.
I mean, if it's somebody else, if he didn't ask for it and it's just popping through, but if he was like, "Hey, let me see that," I'd be
They
like,
don't
"The
go
hell are
around.
you doing?"
Like all my husband.
I don't even like when Instagram suggests me to follow a girl. I'd be like, don't show me this
We're
naked
talking about-
woman.
No, we're talking about following. Like, so if
Same thing.
if he sent you a picture, I sent you a picture. Like, look at this. You want to look at it?
Well,
I'd-
you don't
I'd
gotta be
block you.
single.
What if you had a woman? Would you look at her or feel different?
I'd feel different.
Man, stop lying.
I'd be like,
You
why?
don't send me more.
I'd be like, y'all ain't nothing but
Send
the
me
devil
more.
and y'all testing
Well, I
me.
think the thing is you open the door for things. It's just like
Right.
we don't want to open the door for that thing. I mean,
So-
that's not even a desire.
I'm in the group chat and they post a lot of stuff in the group chat.
Uh-huh.
So, like, it just comes through. You looking at it. Like, it's not. You don't have to have a feeling about it. You just like, oh, okay,
But-
whatever.
No, and I think this was early on in my marriage, so it didn't register to them that they probably shouldn't have done that. I mean, that was a long time ago. I would have an issue.
So
if
you
my
say, hey,
husband-
please don't send me these pictures if someone sent you those.
Oh, people already know.
They would already know.
They know
yeah.
you're a person.
They
Yeah.
already know. Yeah.
Like, you ain't gonna get the reaction that you want from that. You know what I'm saying? You already
Oh,
know.
they
You,
look at you, girl, yeah, he
yeah.
look. So
You,
probably like, okay,
you already know
whatever.
who you can send it to and who you
I wouldn't want
can't.
my husband to do that. I wouldn't want his friends to be sending him pictures of,
Yeah.
women or. Again, his friends wouldn't. I guarantee you. I can honestly
He
say
a
they
preacher or something?
wouldn't.
You got to be the man of a cloth or
You
something.
think preachers are good people?
I'm just saying, like, what the heck?
They-
She quiet on
No,
that.
but no, he wouldn't. No, he's not a preacher. It's just that my husband, Byron,
Yeah.
he's a straight laced.
He's
He
good.
is just a family man. He loves his family.
Yeah.
That don't necessarily
It's
mean
just
he
not-
love him more or less.
He
It's
doesn't
not-
conform to temptations
It's
like
just not
we
his
do.
personality.
Okay.
It's like when
What
I
do you mean
met
we
my
do? Speak
husband,
for
it wasn't
yourself.
like he was. I went to an event, a charity event, a fundraising event, and I was sitting by myself, and he had came in with some other people, and he just asked me to, would you like to sit with us since you're alone? That was it. He wasn't flirting, and then after that, we just kind of started talking, and he's just not that guy.
Super smooth.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That was smooth. Can I
That
sit
was.
with you? He said, "Can I sit with
No,
you?"
he's a-
We would
No,
like
I
you to sit
invited
with us.
her. 'cause
Would
she
you like to sit with us?
Yeah,
Which
he
is
was
very
looking at a
kind.
couple.
Nice.
Just for the record, all my friends don't send me none of those nasty pictures. Myron, stop. I don't like those pictures you send me, Myron.
But it's so fun.
No, it's not. It's fun
It's
for
a
him. It's
good
not fun for
time.
me.
Right. It's
So
all-
you
Stop
know what?
sending me those pictures.
You know the crazy thing is, I actually don't send pictures because I don't want to hear your reaction.
Like, she ugly.
I'd be like-
Why did you send me this on?
I'd be
What
like,
the
I
heck?
don't sit. I think I stopped talking about relationships with my friends and stuff a long time ago. You know, like when you're 16, it's hot. But I think probably the time I was
You know,
20,
you like-
I was like, I don't want to hear your opinion. I don't want to hear that we're
so do
into
you
the same
share-
girl. No.
Do you share your problems
No,
and
I don't
troubles?
share anything.
That's a
You used
lie.
to say that again. I
The
didn't hear.
problems and troubles, like, oh yeah, this girl driving me crazy, blah 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 blah, whatever.
Yeah, we talk about this stuff all the time, CJ. What are you talking about?
Okay. I'm just assuming you're gonna be honest.
Yeah, because, I mean, sometimes you got to bounce ideas, you know. Sometimes
So
you
it
got to
works.
vent, like, man, listen to this.
yeah.
Girls do the same thing, right? I don't think anything's wrong with that.
No,
like,
it's-
as long as you get good
You're
feedback.
human. You need it's
Everybody
part of
can't
being
give
human.
it.
Yeah. You can't listen to everybody.
No, you can't
Oh.
take
Not
everybody's
listen to
advice.
you.
Some
Everything
people,
you say,
Right.
one ear and out the other.
CJ, I just gave you the best advice the other day.
Say
But that's
one
just
ear
why that
out the other.
site that you were talking about, and I don't want to poo-poo it, but that's why it's probably not the best because again, like you said, it's always another side. And
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. That's not.
I thought it was just a Facebook dating. I seen that come on there, like you can go in there and say, hey, look at this person, look at that person. I know it's a dedicated group for women only to bash guys. Like, oh, girl, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's something of substance. Like this person is abusing. He did this.
Oh, yeah, no,
he
he's
has-
right.
He has a
That should be
STD,
it.
And he's, he's.
Right.
Yeah,
No, I
that's
can see-
different.
That's different. But if it's just like, oh, he ghosted me, or
We have an
Right,
offenders
or-
list
or
for
Or
that.
it's not even.
Maybe-
It's just like
he
a
didn't take me to
picture.
dinner.
A picture. I've never met this person. Can you tell me horrible things about him before I even meet him, so I can walk in angry?
Right.
It's
Because-
the way that I
because
like.
if he was a
go
nice
with
guy
them.
and a perfect guy, you'll be still dating him. He wouldn't be back out there in the pool.
Right.
So obviously
But that's
you
what I
form your
meant. Like
opinion.
I get it. Like for that, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, I can get down with that. Like this person has been with multiple women. Like he's a cheater or like he's abusive. That letting
Right.
somebody know is.
Yeah,
I'm all about
that's
that.
important. Yeah.
But then it was like just some random, Tom from down the street, and she didn't even know him, and she's like, give me all the red flags and
Right.
world that I don't even know who you are. So of course, if you're out
Strangers.
dating and you're not with anybody, you've had like failed attempts. So and it could be somebody that they liked him and he was not really feeling it. So then they're gonna throw shade at him when that picture pops up. Ooh, and then she'll be going in with a predetermined.
I want to get my man opinion. He's well rounded in a lot of subjects. He always have a lot.
30-30 is here,
30,
everybody.
Julius, come over here and sit in this chair, man.
30-30.
Give us a recap and tell us how you feel about what we were talking about, man. Because I know you have a ton of things to say.
Honestly, I just
right.
feel like
Pull your chair up, buddy.
I just feel like some things that y'all talked about, it was kind of like untrue answers, because
Who was lying?
I'm not saying nobody's lying,
It just
but,
didn't
y'all,
make-
but y'all just sent to straight pictures. Because I know for sure a man sit on the beach and a pretty girl walk past. It doesn't mean that he's lusting over her, but he can say, hey, she's beautiful. That doesn't mean that I'm cheating. So that's the same way as sending a picture. It's the same thing as, this is a pretty new model. She just came out on the sports.
Whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, you could be watching tennis or the WNBA or something. Like, she's really pretty. You say that about your kids. Like, that's a pretty child. So I don't see it that way. And then the whole thing about the Facebook dating thing, I'm on Facebook dating.
But no.
Well, it's not
They're
Facebook
talking about the group,
dating.
but
But it starts from there though. It's Facebook dating. So you have to date me on Facebook first in order to
get to
give
that
the
site.
review about me. And I got
Well, no, I don't. No,
No, it's
on
just
this
a
group,
page.
yeah, like they could just take anybody's picture.
so listen,
and just-
I've been reviewed on one of those pages. I forgot it's Detroit something, and one woman
Detroit
said,
Dog.
What did they say about
yeah,
you?
something like that.
What did they say about you,
One
30?
woman said I had STD. I never even had sex with her. But and then I have a bipolar schizophrenic baby mother. So she would just throw out a whole lot of rumors about
stick.
because she's bipolar. So whatever comes, she would just say anything. She would text you if she got her number. Like if you go on my page right now, on my public post, if you say that's a nice car, she's gonna slide in your DM right now. Oh, I can't believe you talked to him. And so a lot of these things, we don't know what's true and what's a lie.
What motivated the response from that?
Yeah.
Like we were saying, just because you had a bad experience doesn't mean somebody else will with this person.
You know what a good question for you is right now? Give me the mic back. Anyways, so no, move your mic. So, who is poisoned more? Because you haven't did you have internet while you were incarcerated?
I did.
Oh, so did you have social media?
I did.
Remember you
Okay.
told us that. He had a phone. He was online. He was on everything.
But they have J-Date, don't they?
JPay.
JPay. That's the dating site for jail inmates, right? What's that called?
I think it's
I be watching it-
writerprisoner.com or something like that.
WriterPrisoner.com. Okay. So, who do you think is poisoned by social media more, females or males?
I'm gonna go with CJ answer both.
Both equal?
You be
Dudes be fake, man.
Yeah,
They trying to live up to a fake image.
Yeah, it's
I just can't see it being equal.
I wouldn't say equal, but I say
think-
both though. I wouldn't
I
say
think
it's
women-
one over other. I'll say it's both.
I think there's more criteria to influence the women.
No, women are
Because they're influenced by looks, they're influenced, you know what I'm saying, things that people buy.
men are influenced by the money. Like these
We're-
guys got
it's
fake
just mostly
chains,
money.
fake watches, and
Yeah.
fake glasses. So that's
it's
a lot of
it's
things.
all just money for
So
us.
that's why I'm gonna go with
But-
him.
but
both.
also-
that's not just money.
Women are, it all relates to money.
No.
Looking like money, feeling like money, having money, that's all it
it's
is.
a fake image. We'll say a fake image.
But it's all based around finances that
I
aren't
wouldn't say
real.
I wouldn't say that.
Women,
Because you can just lie yourself up.
You can just do what?
Be lying on there. The whole it don't have to be about
Right.
money. Just lie. Period.
But that's one lie.
So
Guys
what's-
don't do anything else other
It's
than
the
lie
same
about
thing
money.
with women. She just said the twerking, they getting the fake breasts, the fake booties. It's the same thing. The fake image. It's still a fake image.
It's all fake.
But they do that stuff to try to attract somebody.
And
Dude,
the
they
guy
do it
gets the
for
fake
the-
chain, the
right,
fake
right,
rock.
What are you doing it for?
To do the same
He's
thing.
not doing it to have fun. He's doing it to attract.
Oh, he in the mirror.
I just think
look- I
there's
look
more
good.
things. Like, you don't see a bunch of guys. Well, actually, they
You
did
do.
say guys are running out getting more surgeries than ever before.
Bro.
But they said lipo and stuff is up way more now in guys.
I think it's more women on social media than there are men. Women are gatherers. They want to talk about stuff, and so that's why I say women, because I think it's more of us that are on there.
Yeah, we don't have a Pinterest.
I don't know what that is.
If you-
Exactly. That is the point. You don't know what Pinterest. I bet you they know. You know what Pinterest is, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why do you
It's,
know? And we
right.
don't know.
Because sometimes it comes up when I'm Google searching
There's
current.
a lot of
I don't
them.
understand it because I'm like, what
Like,
guys are
DIY
on here?
About
projects.
Pinterest. What is it?
What
It's
is
basically Instagram that's different. How would you describe
It's like-
Pinterest?
You
Because
weird,
I don't have
you
like
know a
a
lot of stuff.
It's like,
Yeah,
isn't it
yeah.
a lot of like DIY, like do it, teach you how to do
see?
stuff?
So like YouTube
Like-
then. Pinterest is YouTube then, basically.
No, Pinterest is like Instagram, but it's mostly because it's a lot of pictures and it's a lot of I want to try this. So you just it's like you have the what is it, the board that where you would pin stuff up. Like,
Yeah, I never used it
that's
properly.
what Pinterest is based
Yeah,
on.
I don't think I've ever used it. I don't really, actually, I don't know. I
I
gotta
think
say.
food and recipes and stuff.
See?
Yeah, I'll see, but then I screenshot it. I don't put it on a. Is there a board?
So I
You
have
got
a
a
question
board?
because both of them said that they would date themselves.
These two.
But who would really honestly say no? I mean, honestly, everybody says yes.
Everybody think they're a good person.
Everybody think there's a
But
good person.
Would you date yourself?
But everybody's not honest like me as well.
Right, he said-
I wouldn't date myself.
Why?
I told it's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't date myself.
Give us two.
Why? Just, yeah, give us.
Because I'm a cheater, for one.
You gonna cheat on yourself. But if you don't have a woman, how would you cheat?
No, that's not. We just being honest. We just said,
Yeah.
would I date
Date.
myself? So if I was a woman, would I date myself? No, because I'm gonna cheat. I don't
But
feel
you're
like.
dating. You're not in a committed relationship. You
But
just
still,
date.
but women want you to be in a committed relationship at the beginning
Oh,
of a
the
relationship,
dating-
at the
right.
dating
So you
process
mean-
too.
what's your
Yes.
number? You with me
Come
now.
on, you
Don't
seen the
talk to
whole
nobody
Steve
else.
Harvey 90 days, and before you get accepted in, ain't nobody
just
really
talking about this.
doing that. That's not
So, but
reality.
you can date though. I think. Well, would you marry you? So if you were to marry
No.
someone, you don't feel like you could be faithful.
If
You can be
my
with one
daughter
person?
found the guy that was just like me and was like, I'm about to marry him. No, you're not. No.
Okay.
No.
Even
no.
at this
Stop.
age right now, where you at right now, you would say no.
It's two. That's a loaded question. So I'm gonna say it's two ways that I look at it because I used to look at myself like this. If everybody in the world was like me when I was 19, I would have lied and said yes, the world would be a better place. But it wouldn't. It wouldn't. It would have been a whole lot of chaos. But today, if everybody in the world was like me, would it be a better place? Yes. That's a different question.
But you still wouldn't date yourself.
I wouldn't date myself. That's two different questions, though. We talking about integrity and if he dropped his wallet, would I give it back to him? Yes.
Yeah.
So that's different. But date myself? No, I run through Facebook dating all the
Let me ask
time.
you this, but do you want to do the necessary things where you could date yourself? Would you want to be a person that could date yourself?
If you can accept honesty, I'm really, really brutally honest. I'm telling you, if you do something, if I'm gonna be so honest to you that I probably would start lying because I know you can't accept the truth. Like for real, like some people just can't. I date women all the time, and then I be honest, and then it just don't work out. So I lie because it's the easier option.
Wow.
It's the easier option.
But I still want to know, do you want to do the necessary things to
Become
be
better.
dateable for yourself?
I'm dateable. I'm
just said you wouldn't
if
date
you can think about society from another country where you can have two wives and all that type
That's
of
what
stuff,
you will-
I'm dateable. I'm dateable.
Outside the U.S., he's dateable.
It's the
So you need to
Americanized
go to
way.
Iraq.
Because
He's
people think,
marketable in
no, because
different countries.
nowadays women feel like that it's supposed to just be one man and one woman, but other countries have figured it out already.
Right.
They done figured it out because she might be a great mom. She might be a great sex partner. It's different. Women do different things, and we just bred differently. I don't care what nobody say. Our DNA is totally different.
Oh, absolutely.
You raise your daughter different than you raise your son. Why is that? Why is that?
It's just a different responsibility.
So that's why men listen. I'm gonna be. You have a husband. You have a husband. I don't know one man in this world that has never cheated.
My husband's never cheated.
Not on you, but he's had other. He's had other relationships
Well,
before you.
One of the things that my husband said to me, he said, not every man has that weakness. and that's kind of making an absolute statement that all men cheat.
So you got a perfect husband then. You has to have one
Absolutely
because
not.
he's never cheated. I don't know
He is-
from
he's
elementary school to middle school
that
okay,
don't count.
high school and up. We've
I'm saying
cheated.
with me.
She said
With-
you
That's,
never cheated
that's
on
what I
her.
can't. But I'm not speaking about with her. I'm saying every
Yeah,
man
pretty
that
sure
I
you have
know
cheated before.
has.
I don't-
I know
here's the
women
thing,
that's never cheated.
I
I know women personally that's never cheated.
and I've never. But
See,
I can
that's
honestly
that's
say
another
What
one.
kind of cheating are they not doing? Because women cheat in different ways.
But I'm talking about we're gonna just keep it strictly
Strictly sex, okay.
Strictly sex.
You
I know
what?
women
can
that have
honestly
not
say that
cheated.
My husband would. What my husband has said to me. He says not all men have the same weaknesses. He says cheating is not a weakness for me, and to make an
That's
absolute
today,
statement.
but we talking about has he
all
ever
or
did it?
no- I really don't believe he has.
We need to go back and ask him to come back and refer so they can do
But
it next time.
even though if he did, it wouldn't matter because it wasn't with you.
I know,
but
but I really
I
don't.
don't
He's
think so.
not
But
that kind
what I'm
of
saying
man.
is,
He's-
I don't know no man that's never cheated, not
But see,
ever.
But all men don't cheat, and I just don't believe that. I can honestly say that the kind of guy that Fred is, one, he doesn't want the drama of dating multiple people.
Seems
He just-
exhausting.
That might be now though in his life. Maybe
Again,
now since he met you
no.
19 years ago. Maybe 22 years ago he was a different person than he is now.
No, I've been with him for 23 years.
Okay, well
22.
26.
Yeah.
He was different 26 years ago.
But-
It was Fred, the hammer axe man. He was knocking him down, baby. He was a different Fred back
I
then.
will tell you, I can honestly say that's if
You changed Fred's life. You absolutely
No.
changed Fred's
It was
life.
other women that was attracted to the same things that you was attracted to in Fred. Fred wasn't a saint
No.
before you met Saint. Fred.
But I'm not saying he's a saint. I'm just saying that's not his weakness. He may have some other weaknesses, but cheating is not one of them. Not everybody
I hear you.
has
I'm
that
not saying that he
weakness of
cheats
cheating.
now, but
You don't believe it?
I don't believe
He
it.
cheated before?
He's treated before in their marriage. In their marriage.
Who?
Men cheat. That's just what we do. That's
No,
our
you
nature.
can't
That's
make
just like
that- no,
so you
that's
said.
not fair.
Listen, so you
No,
I'm not
no,
making him
well-
cheat. I'm not making him cheat, but I mean you
No.
would never. What you don't know don't hurt you.
No.
What you don't
and
know
that's
does not
sad
hurt you.
that you feel like a person cannot be in a committed relationship.
But what I'm saying is, look, so can I
But
ask you a
from his
question? No, hold on, wait.
experience-
Let me ask
But
you a
that's his
question.
experience.
So
Yeah,
what you don't know, does that hurt you?
No, it doesn't. It don't hurt me. But what
You
I'm
can't
saying
not
to you,
know nowadays. There's
but
too
the thing
much
is,
social
what I'm
media. I
saying
feel like.
is-
Well, we didn't always have social media.
That's
We didn't.
true,
So
but
let's
we
go
do
back to
now.
2004. They've been married so many years. So that's 2000. I just did my numbers. Y'all met in 2000, got married in 2000. In 2000,
we
social
said
media
that.
wasn't out there. So what I'm asking you is, what you don't know, do it hurt you?
It does not hurt me.
That's all that
What's your
mattered
name?
then.
What's your name?
Julius.
My son's name is Julius.
I know. I heard you say that earlier to him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Julius, if you
Am I your
met-
son? Oh.
No. Look,
Not acting like
I
what
didn't
he
tell you. Hold on, Fred, I didn't tell
how
you.
old are you?
My
Julius.
father's name is Fred.
For real?
No, I'm just messing around. But you said something else that I was curious to ask you about. You said that a guy with muscles don't attract you. So
I didn't say that,
no,
Julius.
how did you
I
say
said,
it?
I said.
You're not attracted
I-
to that?
No, I said.
That's what you
I-
said,
I did
exactly. I'm
I
not
did
attracted
I
to
did-
it.
I did not say
I was
that.
kind of offended because I got a couple muscles.
No. I did not say
He wants you
that.
to like
I
him,
said
basically.
she
No.
respects her husband.
No.
I
He's
said
Fred.
if I am not going to be gawking at somebody on social media that is trying to show off their physique, like look at me, I'm in these boxers and look at my muscles. I wouldn't go in and look more. And,
So what would you go? So give us an example of a guy that you would go after.
She won't look at no guy.
We have eyes.
said she
We
won't.
all are attracted
Look,
to
look,
something.
I'm not saying I'm
So we
walking
just
around
looking at
like this,
animals?
But I'm not
That's a cute
intentionally-
dog.
I'm not intentionally seeking those things
So
out.
so
They
would it
come
be a
across
guy
my
with
page.
muscles or would it be a guy like Nutty Professor?
It's not. I'm just not interested in being consumed with somebody else. I'm not interested in that.
I understand that,
At
but we
all.
all have a type.
But I think
If it was a
I
guy that
think-
looked like Fred, she would look.
No, let me tell you what attracted me to my husband. We gotta go.
Okay.
My husband is a great father. When I met him, he had a 2-year-old.
I'm a great father.
He's a great
you got, Melissa?
father. He's a great father. So in my mind, I wanted to marry someone first who would be a good father to my children when we had children.
I got
together.
full custody of a 1-year-old.
And
Had
I
him since
said-
5 months old.
I think that's great. But he had to have other qualities. But that was the one because my father, granted that I love him, God rest his soul, he was a loving father. He just wasn't a present father. My husband is hands on. He is. I mean, he's a good guy. He really is. I
It's
mean,
a
I
lot
hit
of it's a
jackpot
lot
with
of
him.
great guys such as myself
Okay.
that cheat.
But you won't date yourself.
But
What makes my husband
what?
No, I'm not saying your husband, but
He's not a cheater.
so what I get is like from your experience, you don't know anybody who hasn't cheated.
Yeah.
But there's
don't.
absolutely
I don't.
There, I don't think I know any either. Other than Fred, what I'm saying, I know
They
Fred.
ever cheated. They
But,
ever cheated.
but I know that there are people that
Let me-
don't desire. They don't have those same
If-
desires
if
to have
they-
another.
if
Some
they get
guys
older-
only want to be with one woman.
As they get
some
older.
some
As
guys
they get
want
older.
that,
As they get older.
which is easy. I wish I
Yeah,
would
but-
have just desired one woman and been cool.
But that's his
ER
makeup.
kick in.
That's Fred's
yeah,
makeup.
and,
My buddy-
You
my
said I
buddy-
can.
No, I said as men, as we get older, we do transition to that. I can see myself transition to that.
But I think some guys are like that.
Like-
Some guys automatic, and some guys just don't care about the options. Some people don't have the options. It's really
Yeah.
hard when you don't have the options.
They got emotion.
Like and it is. That's a true statement because
Just making absolute statements like, all men hit women.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
No, we're not saying that because
but,
that's.
But, but if we're saying
Right.
absolutes, if we're saying
Right.
all or nothing,
But
we're saying everything,
we're-
always.
Right.
All
and
men
never.
don't cheat,
That's what
and I'm
we're
gonna tell you a real quick story.
Uh-huh.
My buddy, we rode bikes together, and my other buddy was teasing him because he was like, "I don't cheat on my wife. I tell her everything. This and this and this and this and this."
you're on
She-
motorcycles or bicycles.
Most motorcycles, man.
Oh, okay.
We rode motorcycles. He didn't never cheat on his wife, and I know for a fact. We would ride up to the strip club. This was I was like 24, 26.
I don't go to strip clubs.
We go to strip club. He'll stand outside. He'll see a girl walk past. He won't look at her. I'm like, dude, like you don't see
Yeah.
her. She's straight. Da da da. I don't want to disrespect my wife. This how he thought.
I've
He
been
never
home,
cheated.
I've been home
Never
3
yet.
years, been in one strip club. So that's.
I'm just saying, period. Just collective things that he's
He
done.
went out of
And
his
it's-
way
he
to
went out of his
not
way to
have
avoid things.
desire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Granted, his wife was cheating on him and left him, but
man.
now he's a cheater because of that
See what I'm
situation.
saying?
He's
now
like,
he's
I
a
will never
cheater?
trust another woman again because his wife, he gave her so much. We'll be talking about girls. He said, when I get home, my wife asks me how was my day. I'm going to tell her our discussion.
So it's
I'm like, this is
so,
God talk.
so I'm glad that he just brought that the wife cheating part.
She
Because
cheated on him. That's a
guess what?
fact.
So that goes back to the both. I'm not about to say that, but
Say
anyway,
it. Say
I'm
it.
currently having sex with 5 married women right now.
5.
5
Shit.
different
so
married women
much
right now.
work.
So no, but that's the thing, and I'm trying to. And you, but
What's their name?
Do they all know?
What's
I'm
their
not
name?
doing that. They married.
they-
I gotta respect
their
my.
name?
I got a
They
resume to
know.
respect.
Five?
Then I'm gonna get number 6. 5.
How do you keep?
5.
Christ.
Do you ever
So you
like
don't
mess
care
it
about
up
them
and you're
listening
like,
to
is
this.
your
You don't
brother
care.
okay? But
Because
that
they're
was like
married.
wife
That
number
has nothing
2.
to do with me.
That's their
That's
problem.
their problem. It's not my problem. It ain't like I'm saying, oh, I'm having her. I gave her a
Why do you
name.
seek married women? Do you seek married
It's-
women?
I don't seek married women. It
They
seems
just
like
come to
married
you.
women seek me.
Y'all playing hide and seek.
Crazy.
No, you don't have to play. You don't have to play hide and seek. So listen, it's less work for real, and I tell them that all the time. It's less work. Messing with a married woman, like they just vent to me about their problems, or they might buy me something with his money. That's great to me. Like that's okay with me. That's okay with me.
So what you trying to do? But because you kept on talking about Fred cheating.
No,
Are you
no,
trying to push
no,
up on
no.
this lady so she can
No.
so she can be number 6, Chapman? This
I'm-
lady's
I'm
married and
looking-
happy, man.
I'm not looking for number 6,
But if one come your way?
if they slide in my DM,
It's on.
it's on.
Don't mention your Instagram.
What was the last gift you received? That's a nice watch.
No, the last gift I
I don't
received
think these are the
was-
Cardis from last week
The
either.
last gift, oh my god! The last gift I received was last
The
weekend.
lights
was
on your truck?
No, some earbuds. Them Beats earbuds.
Oh, you got some AirPods.
Yeah.
So she bought him with his money.
I don't know who money, but she bought
It's
them.
family
So she was
money.
complaining about not being able to talk to me at work because she only got so many hours before he get home off of work. So I'm like, well, I work with my hands, so I don't have time to be texting and talking with my phone. Well, I'm just gonna buy you some earbuds. I'm like, well, no, that works
So
for me.
if you got married and your wife did what these women are doing for you, how would you feel about that?
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. But the thing about it is, what you don't, it goes back. What you don't know don't hurt you. It don't hurt
But
you.
it comes out. What's done
It,
in the dark
everything don't.
comes to light.
How it comes out? Because
Karma.
I'm not never gonna tell.
But it'll come
I'm not
out.
never gonna
This
tell.
my
her.
fear.
Huh?
People
That
get
nigga will
sloppy.
kill you
Yep.
quicker for that than he
That's-
would if you
that's-
smack his mama.
That's life.
People get
It's
sloppy.
life. People
Chapman.
getting they down for a lot worse things. So at least I had fun, as y'all kept saying, in the process.
Jesus Christ, maybe this wasn't a good idea. Julius crazy.
Keep picking
Julius the one crazy.
No, I mean,
Listen,
hey, at least he kept it
Me and
real.
Myron
But
do
that's
not
the thing. Be
like
honest,
the views
man.
and we don't agree. Well, let us
These
say
are
that
not the
first.
views of Toolin and Foolin.
These are not our words. Ladies
And
and
it's not the
gentlemen,
views of Nika J.
do
and
not hold us accountable for Julius. He's
but
on
the
his
whole
own.
thing about it is,
But
it's
I
the truth.
appreciate it.
At least
So,
he's honest.
so I might be on this
That's how you feel,
Facebook.
yeah.
I might be on this
appreciate that.
Facebook thing or whatever y'all talking about. And guess what? They're gonna still slide in my DM and say, I want to have a good time too.
So tonight you're going to get 27 more requests.
I mean, I'm not looking for 20. I don't even have time for 27 more
You don't have
requests.
time for
I
no
don't.
more.
I just told you I got full custody of a 1-year-old. So if I work from 8 to 5, I pick him up. We only got a 3 to 4 hour window before I got to put him to bed.
So what time do you have relationships with these women?
I just don't go to work. I told you. Remember, I told you. That's why.
So that's why I let you get one piece of drywall up with one screw. One's running out the door.
And that's why on my Facebook page I just said that. That's why I love back to school time. I hate
you can go over
sometimes
there with the
because the
women.
kids, the kids be all in the way.
way.
Yeah,
Now, do
we
you
was
go
talking
to the
about that.
house? Do you go to their house?
Not if they married. That's why I got my own place. But
Okay.
we just
So
talking
they
about-
come to you.
I like dating women, even
they got
single
a tracker
women.
on her card.
When the kids is not, and when they in school, it's better. Like it's just.
You can do your
Do
thing.
you eat the
Everything.
kids' snacks?
No, I'm not doing all that, man. I ain't.
Wiping his face off with their shirt. Bring me a
No,
shot, sweat.
I'm not doing all that. I'm just.
You done had a bomb pop.
I might have.
Yeah,
I'm just
rough,
being
man.
honest. But the thing about it is, y'all just lied though. Talking about y'all would date yourself. No, you won't.
I will
Like,
date
no-
myself.
So what you?
And I'm not messing
I
with
didn't
the
say it would
man.
be a
Again,
good or a
I don't-
healthy relationship.
So you got a daughter, right?
No, I only got boys.
But if,
I was
so
blessed.
if you had a daughter, and she brought exactly you into the house, what would you
At
tell
his
her?
age right now,
What-
present time.
I love him.
Because he's going to be fun.
You would tell
It's
her
going to
to
be
marry
fun,
you.
fun, fun.
Yeah, he gonna help me build a car.
Oh my god. So
Oh
it, ain't
my-
about, it ain't about her. So she didn't have no time with her husband.
I don't
She
have a
was too
daughter,
busy.
so I've never had to think about that.
Well, I do.
You got
I don't even have
do
to
have a
reflect on myself. I live alone.
But how
He
would
has
you want
no,
somebody to
he
treat
has
me?
no responsibilities or
How
nothing.
would you want somebody to treat you? So you have 4 sisters.
Fred treats
Fred
you
treats you
well.
great.
I know, but I'm saying
Oh.
that's important to you.
And
right?
Maurice and Vivian got a good
Yeah.
husband too.
Yeah, and Cookie too.
Cookie
so,
too. Oh.
So the thing is,
You forgot about Cookie?
I did.
Jesus
No, I know. I
Christ.
didn't forget
You
about
forgot
Cookie.
about Cookie?
No,
I don't even know Cookie. I never met Cookie.
Cookie. We just went to her birthday party. Well, somebody didn't go. I went to the birthday party.
I just had a knee replacement. A full knee
Mm.
replacement.
When was this?
Ooh.
When was Cookie's birthday?
Her birthday was in April.
It was
I had a knee
April.
replacement in February 14th.
That's enough healing time.
Yeah,
You should
I
have went to Cookie party.
I wish that we need to have
I
another
was concerned
party.
that I wouldn't be able to walk through the airport.
I was out of town.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to fly to yeah.
Yeah, so I was kind of concerned.
Well,
about
I think Julius need to go back in that chair over there.
Jesus.
We are all
Bye,
going to be freaking in
Julius.
trouble messing with
Bye,
Julius.
Julius.
And these married women and
Oh my god.
oh god.
that. Yeah, I
So,
appreciate the truth, though.
Fred's a
I
great
don't
guy.
think
I don't believe Fred will cheat on you.
I don't.
I believe Fred probably cheated before in his life. He
I don't
never.
believe that.
I mean, I can't
But
judge a guy. I don't know.
I do believe that there are guys, cause I have friends.
You ever seen a guy that don't cheat?
Yeah.
Never cheated. Not don't cheat.
That never cheated?
It's options though. Like, do they have the options to cheat? Like, whatever the
You know
reason.
A solid guy that says I never cheated in my life in another relationship.
I don't know a guy who was getting thrown a bunch of opportunity and hasn't took an opportunity.
But what about like if you have
But I
like,
know guys that don't.
one person and you have amazing sex because you have a great relationship, then why do you gotta go
cheat.
just get a little something else?
I know that's Julius. He has 5 of those.
Because it's exciting.
Why
Probably,
do you like? Why do you like to spin around?
I don't know.
Come on back,
I'd
Julius.
rather.
Why? Tell us why you like to
Come
do
on
all
back.
these women.
Come on back.
And that's just the married women. Talk about the unmarried.
So my last girlfriend was white, and
do race matter?
I'm about to explain to you. It's just like, and I just got tired of having sex with a white person, so I just wanted to, like, I'm just being honest.
Matter
Like,
of fact, just go back.
like so
She couldn't go tanning?
it wasn't tanning. I'm just being honest with you. So here, all right.
Go ahead. Come
No,
on.
that's
crazy.
fine.
So,
I'm saying.
so if I wouldn't cheat with another white woman, I would cheat with a color, somebody that
But did
a black girl because
What year are you
but you said you're honest, so do you tell her like, hey, I'm over this?
a black girl.
But did you tell her? Were you like, hey, you are boring me?
No, okay,
I'm
and
over
then it go vice versa. It go vice versa. So I've
I know
slept
you was
I've
this
slept
crazy.
with numerous black girls at the same time. Like I've been and
Colors.
then I'd be like it just you be like, dang, like I want something. It's like eating chicken, right? listen,
I want to hear it.
no, like
bad.
it's like eating chicken for a week straight. You be like, I don't want chicken anymore. Like I want something.
So
I
you
want
got
steak or
bored.
something.
You got
I
bored
don't-
with
it
the
sounds
colors.
like-
You do
I don't know,
get
sounds
bored
like
with that one kind of meat. You just,
It sounds boring.
But
Like
you
you're
know,
finding
I
boring
think it's
people.
a deeper issue. I
He
think.
crazy.
No.
That's what
No,
it is.
because the thing is,
No.
when you think about
I
that's pretty.
heard the 90% still. I didn't agree with it. No.
Okay, that's fine. But it's kind of not kind of. It is reckless. Because when you think about all the things that are going on in the world, I mean, I don't know how
You gotta use protection.
But protection is not 100% effective.
Well, life is not 100% effective.
Okay, we can go back and forth.
Right. So that's you gotta use the tools
But it's not.
to
But
be
it's
as
like
safe
a
as you
lot
could
of
possibly
people.
be.
But a
I
lot
don't
of
want none of those tools, Julius. Let me say that on the
The
record.
thing is,
Julius
but
got a problem.
what is it that they're not to agree with when it comes to a person's 90%? A person's 90% is their past, it's the trauma, it's what they seen growing up. I mean, that's a big chunk of your life. A big chunk of your life when you think about all the things that you've been exposed to growing up, that was it implicit or explicit. These are lessons that have been taught to you. Like I said, whether implicit or explicit, these are the things that have been taught to you. That's a big chunk of your life, and then you decide to get married, and you ain't dealt with stuff, and it spills over into your relationship. You got poor communication. You got abuse of all kinds.
So, my top 3 in a relationship, sex ain't even number 1. And I'm glad you said communication is 1.
That's
But you
the
just
foundation.
said the white girl and the colored girl.
But that's
Colored.
He didn't call them black. No, I meant
But you
I
said
was
you're
saying-
like
I was saying
like
they
brutally
color.
honest. So
Yeah,
say
but
you found
communication.
you a lady and you were like, listen,
That's where I'm at
I'm
right
a
now.
little bored, so
I-
I'm gonna
I-
go
that's-
get
that-
a little side
honestly,
snack. Would you
I-
be cool with her doing her little thing?
I'm glad you brought that up. That's where I'm at in my life right now. Like I am basically
You
telling
want to be a
them,
swinger?
I've done that before.
No, but I mean, I'm a loyal person, but if I'm not getting the attention I need, I will say, do I need to get a boyfriend or a girlfriend or both?
Wow.
Or are we gonna pay it to like
You
I'm
just-
not getting
Have
pleased?
you ever cheated before?
No, I have not.
Ever.
In like high school, but as like in my marriage, no.
You desired to cheat before, but just didn't act on it.
No, I'm like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like you can have like amazing sex with one person, but if you're not getting the attention that you need or communicating on what you want or what you
Then you might cheat.
want to try,
Then you might
no,
cheat.
I won't. I will come to you and I will say, do I need to
Because
go
they-
get
'cause as he was
somebody
saying,
else?
You were on marriage number 2, so it was something that you was lacking in marriage number 1 that made you get to marriage number 2.
Yeah, it was lacking communicate. I mean, we weren't
And
communicating.
then,
We grew apart.
Cheating never came into like the middle ground before y'all got a divorce. Like
No, I had like she was about 2.5, and I was so down and just sad. Like sex was not.
So what do you mean?
I wasn't even like thinking. I wasn't like, oh, I need to go get me some. I was just like, this sucks. I hate everything. Like I'm leaving with a kid. Gotta start over. Like it just wasn't in my mind.
Depression.
But then to put it kindly, depression. But once I was single, yeah, I was doing my thing.
No, I just want to state that though, sex was not. It's communication,
Julius,
compatibility.
we don't believe
and
you
sex.
anymore. You said you was doing a 5 married
No, but I think that's fair if that's as long as you're
Communication was
telling
before
them.
we got to sex. I mean, we communicated.
Bro,
and
you
then-
was a woodchucker with muscles, and they said they liked you, and then y'all just started doing it. Listen, we got to wrap this up, man. Shoot,
Give us everybody. Tell us your name, your ats. I don't know what
except
is
for
happening.
Julius, because he has too much going on. He don't need no more friends or attention.
Shout out to the coloreds,
The colors, the
and the
whites,
civil rights movement.
Now, what's your Instagram, by the way, Charlie? Come tell him, man.
30 and up at
What's your Facebook?
I'm not giving you my Facebook.
is it 30 and up like 30 and
underscore UP.
oh
21 married woman is going to be in this DM tonight.
there you go.
We got Myra here, man. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you, ladies, for coming. Once again, where can they
Thanks for
find you at?
having.
Which is my Instagram is my name, just Nika Owens.
Nika
Your
Owens.
podcast is
Sipping tea with JB, and then I have a little TikTok, like little side visual.
what's that? What is it?
You be dancing?
No, it's like I feel like just some of the shit I talk about, you gotta see it.
Okay.
Because it's
So
like
yours audio, not video.
correct.
Okay. So where can they find you on TikTok?
Same thing. I don't know. I'm kind of new to TikTok. It's TikTok.
She's like
sipping tea
us.
with JB.
Okay.
I'm trying to be with it and about it, but I'm learning. So
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Toolin and Foolin. We got Myra, we got
tired.
Crazy Julius, man. Colors and the blacks and the whites and all that. We're going to wrap it up, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till next week. Thank you, guys.
Man.
FM 88.1 WHPR, Highland Park.